What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the next in the series for the Walking Dead trade paperback releases for the Walking Dead comic book series. This one will be for volume number 19, March to War. Okay, and spoiler warning, if you guys haven't read volume 19 yet of the trade paperback series of The Walking Dead March to War, did the reviews for every single one leading up to this one. So if you want to see any of the previous ones from, the very first volume all the way to number, 18, 19 now, they're in the channel. So go ahead and check them out if you, you have a certain favorite part of The Walking Dead. You want to hear what I think about it. Some of them were done years ago, 2012, and even some earlier. Some of my reviews when I first started reviewing The Walking Dead comic book series. And you may not know, I actually did my first review for the comic book series before the TV series aired, before the first season of the Walking Dead TV series aired, way back when. So yeah, I did actually read the comic book series first, or at least what they had up to that point first. It was one of the reasons why I was so excited when the TV series hit, and why I was so happy and not disappointed with it, because it was even better than my expectations, and at that point it was already my favorite comic book series ever, or at least one of them. Yeah, so you guys know I've been heavily enjoying doing these reviews with you guys, talking about, the Negan stuff, and, March to War is no exception. Of course, Something to Fear is one of the absolute best trades of The Walking Dead ever, and this one, again, is another one. Of course, All Out War is probably even better, but this one has some really, really great stuff in it. If you guys don't remember what this one entails or what this includes, this is the one where basically they're getting ready to fight back against Negan. We have sort of the trifecta, the Hilltop, Alexandria, and the Kingdom, and they're all sort of gathering their forces, ready to, take out the saviors who have been bullying them basically into paying up to them, giving them half or a lot of their supplies in what they can find, what they can grow, and they just know that that's not sustainable because food and everything is pretty scarce, and they also, as we saw in this one too, they can't fully ever trust or rely on Negan and the Saviors, as we saw with, spoiler warning, the death of Spencer, as Negan spills his guts all over the street, and then first tells him he has no guts, then cuts him open with an absolutely brutal scene, and then says, "Oh look, you did have guts. Oh man, I've never been so wrong before in my life." Because you got no guts is right here is when he says it to him. You got no guts, and he gives him this face. And and then here's the main spoiler part. Wham! And he just cuts it deep and spills it all over the damn street. So, man, this one has some awesome action sequences in it. In addition to that, Rick gets pissed, and Rick sees it as his best chance to take Negan out, since Negan didn't come with that many men, and Rick knows what they're going to do anyway. So he takes a risk and he goes for it. In the process, Andrea almost gets killed in the Watchtower, which we've now seen in the Walking Dead television series too. They have their own version, which is cool. And of course, the man she's fighting, one of the guys from the Saviors that she's fighting, she ends up actually, throwing him out the window. Even though, we didn't, the way it was done, it was so smooth that we didn't know exactly, exactly what happened. And we see someone go out the window, and Rick kind of, as you can see right there in the inside, right? Someone flying out the window, and Rick shouts, "No." So we're to expect it's Andrea, and then, of course, it's revealed afterwards that no, she, in fact, reversed it, and she was able to kill the guy and throw him out the window, which was awesome. We don't die, which was really just epic, man. So some of the action in this is so exciting, even to the point where it looks like Rick and the guys have him, and you see a big blam splash page, and then you turn the page and you see that, in fact, no, Rick's gun's been shot out of his hand by one of Negan's snipers, who he set up when he came, just in case things went south. Right here, look at this. Blam! I love that one. So, man, there's some good action in it all the way through to the end. It's really exciting. And this is basically where Negan realizes that he may have actually made a mistake, and that he actually probably should have killed Rick right off the bat, because Rick is extremely dangerous. And even though, I don't know, to oppress people in society, to oppress them is, it rarely works for a long period of time. Eventually, people will rebel back against you, usually, actually fight back. So at the end here, Negan says, "Sigh, we're going to war." Here's a bit of a vulgar quote when he's giving his speech to his men. He's got his bat up like this, and he says, "We're the big swinging of this world." Have been for a long effing time, but it seems people are forgetting that. So now our big swinging is going to swing harder and faster until we take off like a mother effing helicopter and blow all these mother effers away. And all of his men kind of look at him like, huh? What's he talking about? And he says, "Sigh, we're going to war." Really cool. Really funny, man. He's got a lot of just different, like every time you read Negan, it's always funny. And you've got the tiger in there. She rips a guy to shreds. Ezekiel in there, and Michonne meeting him for the first time, which is really cool. Those two kind of getting to know each other, of course. And there's also the stuff with Cal and Paul Monroe as this is all building through, that they're kind of their rebellion against Negan, and they're all getting ready to go to war to win their freedom from this group that is keeping them oppressed and giving half of what they get or what they have to Negan. So, man, what an awesome trade. I've been enjoying these so much that I'd have to say, like, in terms of score, I give this one, I think, like a 9.5 out of 10. It's pretty damn close to perfect. It's a lot of fun. It feels climactic, even though it's not the full end. And in my channel before, I've said the best part of The Walking Dead was always the end of the governor, the end of that battle for the prison. And, I always kind of felt like it was. But now, after reading these again and going over these again and reading it all the way through in terms of, like, what happens in All Out War and March to War and Something to Fear, I would say that, I think the stuff with Negan and the Saviors is better than the stuff at the prison. The thing about it was when I was making those videos and stuff, this wasn't finished yet. This whole storyline that goes through with Negan wasn't done. And also, it was that point at the end of the prison with the governor was pretty damn epic, because that was like the first time going through the series, and we weren't really quite used to what was going to happen yet. We didn't really know, okay, there's characters that die, but are there characters that are off limits? And if there were, I would have said one of them would be Lori when I first read it. And when she actually does die, it just blew me away. So I felt like nothing could ever be better than that. But in terms of action, maybe not deaths, but in terms of scale and action, I would say that March to War and just this whole Negan story arc is better than the prison stuff, I would have to say. I think Negan is a better villain, than the governor was in the comic book series, and I'm interested to see if he'll be better in the TV series. So 9.5 out of 10 for me for March to War. It's an awesome volume. Love to see Andrea and what happens with her in this one. Maggie's also at the Hilltop. She's pregnant at this time. Cool to see Ezekiel. Just a lot of different awesome characters. Gregory and everything that's happening with them. Spencer. And really, really exciting parts in the series, man. The Walking Dead. This is an action-heavy issue that's just absolutely amazing, man. So, for anybody who hasn't read these parts of The Walking Dead yet, I'd say, even if you're not really into comic books, if you like The Walking Dead TV series, definitely check them out, man. I think you will like them. And when I'm finished doing the rest, there's only a couple more for All Out War. I'll probably do another video giving my updated thoughts on the best part of The Walking Dead, because now that I've read these again, I think the Negan stuff is the best out of anything in the series so far. I think it is. We'll see in the future if Kirkman comes up with something that even tops this. We'll have to wait and see. But so far, this is the most exciting stuff, the most action-packed, the most high-scale stuff that we've seen. And also, if you think about it, like, even though Lori was killed off and she was Rick's wife at first, I feel like we care more about Andrea and Rick in the Walking Dead comic book series than we ever did about Lori, because we never really liked her anyway, right? So, it's like it adjusts, and as you see things go through, it changes. And even though a character might seem more important, earlier on, now the survivors were getting so attached to them at a point where you could have huge deaths in the future, and it would be as meaningful as when Lori was killed off or the baby or stuff like that, right? If Andrea was killed off, that would be an even bigger death than when Lori was, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about March to War, what your favorite volume is for The Walking Dead. I know it's hard to choose. Maybe I'll do an updated video for that in the future as well, too, because that's a tough question as well, too. Maybe it's not Made to Suffer anymore. I'll have to compare and think about that. So if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Please thumb it up below. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hope you're having a good one. If you get some extra time off in Canada here, we get like an extra day off this week, which is fun. We got like a holiday. So that's cool. Yeah, if you like the video, please, thumb it up, share it, favorite it, the usual stuff, guys. You know what to do. And if you're new and you want to see all the rest of my trade reviews, check them out in the playlist for sure. Check them out in the channel. I don't think you'll regret it. If you love The Walking Dead, this is a great place to be. I think you'll enjoy the channel. At least I hope you will. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again pretty soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.